Alright gang, I'm back on the 450 GS, Suzuki GS450 1980 model, and one of my issues was that I could get that starter motor to spin, but it was not spinning the rest of the motor, so I was not really quite certain what all that was about. So I thought, well, I better yank all this left side cover off and kicker cover off and see what we got. Well, it doesn't have a kicker, but that's what I would call it. So I'm not sure if that's in good condition or not. So in order to get this off, where'd it go? In order to take this off, this assembly off, and this assembly off, you can see right there and right there, those two screws are actually hidden, and you have to take this piece off first to even access those. If you can take all these screws off and those two hidden ones, but those two hidden ones do not come off until you take this piece off. And then it just slides right off. Very, very simple and straightforward. This is not the screwdriver that you use. This is the one that you use. A lot thicker, a lot bigger. What I like to do is put my screwdriver onto the screw and then hit it with a hammer and get a little tighter fit on this end with that screw, and then it'll pull right off, and then you don't have to strip them and go through all the headache that goes from there. So now at this point, you know, you can see this guy is interacting with it. It's interacting with it, but my question is when I do start that starter motor, I don't know if that's spinning the whole motor off. Maybe the starter motor was never correctly interfacing this gear to spin the motor. That'd be my guess at this point, because I don't see any damage there. And so we'll have to find out what here needs to be replaced and what doesn't. You know, this is really a bike with not a lot of miles. So, but we'll just assume everything's worn out until we can determine otherwise. And then what I like to do, and I'm not an expert on anything, what I like to do is I always like to keep my nuts and bolts in a jar. Don't just put them off to the side on the ground, because you know they're going to get kicked and lost, and then you're going to be pissed off and lose more time. But this is where I'm at so far. So the goal now is to get that starter gear to spin the whole motor over, and then maybe we can just narrow it down to an electrical problem with maybe this rectifier that's the only piece I haven't swapped out yet. And this is supposedly a good used one. I think it's called an electronic control module. I believe that's what they call it. And that should get it a little closer to maybe firing up. Boy, if anybody out there in the universe has some direction for me on this, let me know. I'd sure love to hear from you. It really doesn't look that bad. So there's the hidden two hidden screws, which you can't access unless you take this cover off. You can take that cover off, you're there. And once again, I'll tell you, use the right screwdriver. Use a big thick one, and then make that up to the screw, and then hammer it in place so you get a good fit when you're spinning it off. If you try to use a smaller screwdriver, you're going to strip it, and then you really got headache problems coming up. So this is where I'm at so far. So far, so good. Hopefully we'll get the thing running here soon. I've just got too many other vehicles and projects I'm working on, so, and I'm not sure what I'm looking at on this as to see why is that failing, or if it is failing. It might actually work, but I just do not know. I don't know if this is working or not. Looks good, I guess. But I don't know. These Suzuki bikes are brand new to me. I don't know anything about them. But there it is, gang. If you know more about this 450 GS 1980 model, let me know. I'd love to learn more about it. So, alright, gang. I'll catch you on the next YouTube. Anything you can give me, any information, anything, let me know. I need it. Thank you.